Hey there, you're listening to Mad Chats with Black Girl, White Geek. I'm your host, Jess D, and today is a blog post episode. These episodes are dedicated to those who hate reading, I get it, or those of you who don't have time to read. If you'd like to refer to this blog post, the link will be in the episode description, or you can go directly to blackgirlwhitegeek.com and the episode title will correspond with the title of the blog post. So, here goes. Hey there, guys. Just a podcast intro? But the intention of this blog post was to help people that, during the holiday season, you're always trying to figure out what to get people in their lives. And, some of us go through like the practical route and be like, okay, well, this person needs socks because everybody needs socks. Or like the fun side where you're like, okay, maybe this thing is super expensive, but, this person deserves this. With this blog post, it kind of helps in the middle because martial artists always appreciate things that help towards their training. And even if you don't do this sport, you can always give something to someone that's helping them advance in their sport. So, also I want to say when I wrote this, it was right after Christmas. So again, this is a past article, but again, these ideas really help. And I hope that this gives you some gift ideas. But without further ado, let's listen to the episode. This episode is entitled 12 Best Gifts for the Martial Artists in Your Life. Gifts for martial artists go from training equipment to videos to help them learn. Check out these great gift ideas for the fighter in your life. Christmas is around the corner, but there are plenty of occasions where you need to get a gift. Plus, how many times have you gotten to the point where you have no idea what to get a friend, boyfriend, niece or nephew, etc.? God forbid you get them something practical like socks or underwear. Be the person that gets them something practical and fun, especially if that person is a martial artist. Of course, a focus in this list is on martial arts that I do, BJJ, Muay Thai, boxing. But hopefully this list can help you plan for your next gift-giving holiday, Christmas. As I record this, Hanukkah is about to end, but so there's still time to get some stuff out there. But yeah, here are 12 things you can give the martial artist in your life. Number 1, a fancy new gi/uniform. Some of us that train multiple times a week get tired of washing our uniforms and drying them to get ready for the next day. This sucks extra if you live in China without a dryer. So yeah, I know like if you live in a big city like, New York City or, most major cities in the United States, unless you're like super rich, you don't have a washer and dryer in your apartment or unit or house. I was lucky enough that I've grown up with a washer and dryer in my house, and then like in China there was a washer, but it was always a pain in the ass to try to dry your gi. Sometimes I would have to hang my gi outside and pray it doesn't fall and hope that I clamped it right. But in any event, getting a new gi or uniform is a great way to ensure that martial artists doesn't have to do laundry every day and they can flex on their teammates or at their next competition with their new stuff. I own a few 93 brand and Manto gis, which are brands that I really like, but there are many brands to choose from. You can also look on my blog. I have gis that are really good for women and also gis that if you're starting BJJ, that you should, you could go and look at these links. I'll put them in the description of this podcast episode and of course on Instagram at blackgirlwhitegeek_BJJ. So then you could check it out if you're a beginner or if you're a woman that finds that the gis don't fit you on your bottoms right, then or like I have a whole list over there. Number 2, rash guards, shorts, and spats. The same thing applies as with the same uniform. Like you wash like if you wash, you need to uh, hand dry rash guards and spats just because of the material they're made out of. Plus, you can never have too many rash guards or shorts. Like rash guards and shorts are worn under anything. You wear them during gi, you wear them during no gi. Sometimes people use them to work out with. Like you can never have too many. You can wear them for no-gi class, any striking or MMA classes, wrestling, working out, throwing on some spats after class, and throwing on some Uggs. Or if you want to get your John Danner on and wear a rash guard all the time. Rash guards can help with self-expression, so get one that really describes that person's personality or something that they would like. Number 3, boxing slash MMA gloves. If that person is always training a lot and putting in that work in the gym, a new pair of boxing or MMA gloves are always a good idea. You should have a separate pair of boxing gloves for bag work and a separate pair for sparring. So this is super practical if your person only has one pair. You can choose from a bunch of different options, especially if your person had their eye on a specific pair. In addition, the person that does BJJ sometimes BJJ gyms offer like BJJ for MMA, so having MMA gloves are very convenient to have on hand as well. Number 4, training instructional from BJJ Fanatics. Everyone wants to learn from the best. Most of the time, we don't go to some fancy gym owned by some BJJ world champion or have the money to spend on a seminar if that world champion comes to your gym. And double that if you actually have to travel to the seminar. Then you have to remember everything that happened in the seminar and write everything down. Because most seminars don't allow you to take video during it. With a subscription service or a quote-unquote DVD, I'm dating myself, I know, but DVD, the martial artist in your life can rewatch, go back, take notes, and practice as the DVD goes along. BJJ Fanatics have most, if not all, of the best and most famous jiu-jitsu, martial arts, and judo instructionals out there, so it's a great way to get started. I should say, like, obviously BJJ Fanatics has it's BJJ Fanatics, so they do have some judo stuff and they do have definitely BJJ stuff and some martial arts stuff, but if there's someone in your life that's like, you know, really into karate or taekwondo, I'm not sure if there are some, but if you're a martial artist that, you know, does other stuff like, you know, Muay Thai or anything like that, put in the comments or of this podcast or like send me a DM, like what other instructionals are out there for those other martial arts. So yeah, let's all help each other, you know? Yeah, and also a warning about getting them an instructional, especially if you don't do martial arts. They might want to practice with you if you get them the video right away or get them these instructionals right away. Number 5, smaller essentials. Tape for fingers, wrap, small first aid kit, etc. Good things come in small packages from time to time, and it's not always about spending a lot of money to show that you care. At the gym, it's annoying to need tape, get cut by the guy who doesn't cut his nails, or any other small items you might forget at home. And I'm sure it's even more annoying to the coaches or front desk staff if you're always asking. So putting together like a small, kit, like for example with most, like, again, talking from a jiu-jitsu person, if you get something together with like tape, like the finger tape that people use for like their belts and stuff, or their fingers clearly, some, small like band-aids, iodine, alcohol, gauze. And it could also be like something protective too. So you could get them a mouth guard, ear how do you call it? Ear protector, headgear. Sorry, I can't English sometimes, or I can't think sometimes. So headgears. What else? A cup. Like if this person in your life is a male, then you could get them a cup to protect themselves. So it could be like a protection bag, and then you could always make it super cute. Like you put like, like get one of those first aid boxes. Like, and this is for like my crafty people. Like if you're like, I'm not doing all that, then I completely understand. But if you put it in like a little like bag, like a first aid bag, and it's just like you could, glitter paint on it and put like BJJ survival kit or something, and you can put all these things in there. I think that's such a cute idea. But yeah, that's just me. Like you could totally, like if someone wants to get me a gift and they do that, I think that'd be cute. Except I don't use a cup or a headgear, but like it's just an idea for something out there. Alrighty. Number 6, grappling dummy. To save yourself from being the Uki in the result of gift idea number 4, a grappling dummy will give your martial arts lover a partner that is available every single day. Don't be surprised if your gift giver starts talking to the dummy or if the dummy scares the crap out of you while sitting in some unknown corner in your house. Also, if this is a last minute Christmas gift, I would suggest buying online and giving a voucher to show that the gift is coming. Just because, like, the grappling dummies, sorry, pumpkins in the background, like, being like, hey, so is it food time yet? Like, I'm just like, girl, you need to chill. Anyway, so yeah, with the grappling dummies, you could get them. There's some places like, for example, if you live near like a martial arts depot or something like that where you know that you could drive and pick it up, then it should be no problem. But grappling dummies are usually quite large and it's hard to ship really fast. So again, I know as I'm posting this is like maybe like 10 days before Christmas or 12 days before Christmas. So I would say if you a grappling dummy, if you're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, order it now, like right now. And then if if you got your Amazon Primes going on, then you could probably get it fast. But usually they're not hard to come by, but they're hard to ship, so it will take a minute. So definitely, this is more a gift that happens more on the on the earlier side. Like you should have planned earlier. Not saying of course like all the other gifts on this list are always good, but grappling dummy, if you're like, oh man, my partner is always using me to practice and I'm tired of being like an Uki, I'm tired of getting choked and my bones hurt and all that stuff, grappling dummy, great idea. All right, number 7, mats for the living room / open space. If your martial arts lover wants to but can't make it to the gym every day, making their own in-house gym might be the best thing for them. Putting mats down in some free open space in your house might be exactly what they need. If you're concerned that your living room will be forever changed into a dojo, get puzzle mats that can be easily put together and taken apart. From experience, yeah, like a small little story time. When I was working at a school in China, we we started a martial arts club. So we did grappling. We did not martial arts. We did an MMA club. So we did we did actual grappling. We did striking. We did a whole bunch of stuff. And we had puzzle mats because the room that we're using was my Zumba room, and I needed the space to be able to dance and stuff. So we would take apart the mats, and then we wouldn't like take the puzzle mats apart all the way. We'd like fold them into squares. So like we take one part, the other part, and then we put it in the corner. But it's up to you. It's just like puzzle mats are just the easiest thing to do. But anyway, the only thing you need to worry about in the case is that the open space might smell like straight up sweaty butt. So this is something that you can discuss with them in order to manage the smells. Usually, so a lot of my friends, if they have their indoor mat spaces, it's usually in like a basement or like, as long as you're not like, I think if you're using it to practice and stuff, like you're not rolling on the mats, especially because it's like a little bit dangerous to be rolling hardcore in your living room and you're risking stuff breaking. It won't smell that bad. Like you could use it as like kind of like it's like normal how people do yoga in their living rooms or do some kind of dance or working out. So it won't smell that bad, or it won't smell bad, especially if you're just like kind of drilling stuff through. So as I wrote this, I was being a little bit facetious, but again, it might not be the case. Number 8, BJJ / martial arts apparel. If you're unsure about sizes of uniforms and don't want to risk getting your gift receiver something they will definitely have to return, clothes are always the practical gift choice. Also, like, I know that sometimes, like, you have to return clothes and stuff, and like, yeah, well, if you don't get the right size, t-shirts are always easy, right? Like, everyone has a bunch of t-shirts that they could always wear, like, and if you, I mean, obviously, if you get a bigger size, then they could always use like a sleeping t-shirt or whatever, but it's just, and also if generally you know that person's like clothes size, so you could always get them something, like if you're like, oh, my husband does jujitsu, but I'm not sure about his gi or whatever, then you could always get him a t-shirt because it's easy. Or I wouldn't say your husband, because you should know, if you're a good wife, quote unquote, then you should know your husband's gi size because you're supposed to be the love of your life. But let's say it's someone you just started dating and you're like 6 months in and you're like, okay, it's Christmas time, I'm not 100% sure what size they wear, or like you could always ask, like, oh yeah, what's your t-shirt size, kind of thing, because that always goes off. But anyway, martial arts apparel puts some extra pizzazz on the typical t-shirts and socks or whatnot, with clever, whimsical sayings about their chosen martial art or sport. There are so many cool options that can express their style, humor, and such, or comfort of the martial arts lover in your life. All right, number 9, put some money on their gym membership. Nothing is better than not having to pay for a month or 2 of your gym membership. Show that special martial artist in your life that you care by letting them not have to pay for something they love for a little bit. You can always like set up. I'm sure that a lot of gyms have some kind of whatchamacallit. You could always call the martial arts gym and be like, hey, I would like to, contribute a month to this person's gym or that person's gym. I know that like most gyms have like a card thing, but they could always, like, if you take cash, they could always push or give them cash or pay or something. You could always push it towards, they could always push it towards the next month or something like this. Or also, I mean, in that case, you could always get them like a gift card, but it's really nice if you pay for their gym membership. But anyway, 10, punching bags, double end bags, or a reflex ball. Practicing combos and working a bag is essential for striking sports. If you have the space, consider a punching bag for them to continue training outside of the gym. There are plenty of punching bags that you can purchase that fit any space in your house. If you don't have as much space, or you don't want to have to deal with like filling a punching bag or filling it with water or sand, double end bags are a good option. Double end bags aren't as heavy and they don't take up as much space. Or if you want your SO or gift recipient to look silly walking around your living room area, punching a small ball connected to their head, a reflex ball set is also a great gift for punching accuracy. Number 11, martial arts books like Jiu-Jitsu University or Championship Fighting. If you got a cerebral person in your life, books are something that can ignite their passion and get the gears in their brain turning. Some people learn best by reading a book, or they just want to get into the nitty-gritty of their chosen martial arts. There are many books out there about techniques, autobiographies, history, etc. And I'm sure the martial artist in your life will appreciate the gesture. My personal favorite is Jiu-Jitsu University by Saulo Ribeiro. That really breaks down what you should know at each level and shows you all the positions and possible submissions in the sport, in Jiu-Jitsu. It's a great reference guide for everyone at any level of Jiu-Jitsu. And it's like such a cool book because it's like this big textbook. You're thinking like, oh, why would I need a textbook for Jiu-Jitsu? But like, seriously, it's so cool. Like, you can, it shows you literally everything. It breaks down everything. It's good. Like, it's, especially if you have a Jiu-Jitsu nerd, especially in the beginning stages of like white and blue belt, they would really appreciate this book. Number 12, supplement subscription. Every martial artist needs to fuel their training. Why not get the one in your life the proper nutrients to help them recover after training while they're out of the gym? There are many types of supplement subscription boxes to choose from, including ones with for vitamins and other things to help with the inner health of your gift receiver. And also, okay, so here's a bonus gift as I was writing this, and this is something that everyone will appreciate. Like, any martial artist, like, if you don't want to spend money on getting massages every week, this is the gift. You need to get them one of those massage guns. It's like a bonus gift that anyone will appreciate. But yeah, if you want to splurge a little bit on a good one and want to give a gift that will be appreciated, get a massage gun. And I say a good one because there are like originally when I wrote this article or this post, massage guns were going for like $200, $250, $500. It was like the new thing, but now they're a lot cheaper. But like if you want to get a good branded one, they go for like $100 and change. Like, but there's some that are like $40, $50 and they're still decent, but a good one is like $100. Yeah, anyway, between the warm-ups, cross-training, and getting punched, kicked, twisted, squeezed, etc., your muscles are sore. This little gun can work wonders on a sore body. Most come with a variety of massaging heads and settings that can get into the little spots that especially feel sore. The gift recipient and their muscles will be so happy to be relieved of this like soreness that this will be a hit for the person in your life. This list is meant to give you a list of practical gift giving ideas when you don't know what you want to give. Everything on this list will get multiple usages, so it's not one of these things where they're gonna use it once and get out, except for like the kit. But like obviously this is like band-aids and stuff, and it's thoughtful. And it will also help your martial artist or yourself towards improvements in the chosen sport. So my question of the week this week is, what gift do you wish someone would get for you? And what other practical martial arts gifts should have been added? Let's, as always, let's discuss on my Instagram at blackgirlwikey_BJJ. Thanks guys for listening. Happy holidays. You'll hear from me before the holidays are out, but happy holidays, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this blog post episode of Mat Chats with Black Girl White Key. Remember, this post is available on blackgirlwhikey.com in written form, so you can get any links or anything you might have missed while listening. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and rate this podcast. It's much appreciated. Again, I'm your host, Jess D, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!